fine. Today we are going to move into a new poem, a very beautiful and interesting poem. Before we could go into the poem, let me ask you certain questions, right? Let me share the screen first. Okay. So this is your poem, my dear children. It's warned. The title itself is in a state of warning, right? So here on your screen, we have a map, okay? So what is that map pertaining? What is it about? You could see the warm-up exercise. So look here, look at the map of India. So this is the map of India. Very good, my dear children. All of you all are very patriotic also. Okay. It shows the air pollution levels in different parts of the country. So these are the pollution level in India, dear children. This was taken a couple of years ago, but today it is a menacing situation for us. We all know what air pollution could do to us. Yes or no? So we are going to discuss certain things. Of course, we don't have partners right now to discuss. Now tell me one answer, my dear children. In one word, you can answer. You'll needn't type a big short answer or an essay to tell the answer. So tell me what human action causes air pollution. One by one can tell each point. So air pollution, primarily we are responsible. We the humans are responsible, right? We all know how air gets polluted. What do you think is a prime way? Very good. Salvia Angelin says usage of vehicles. Yes, plenty of vehicles are used. So that's one of the problems. Very good, my dear children. Burning plastic, says Arjun. Yes, absolutely right, Arjun. Caleb says burning of leaves. Yes, forest fire is also one of the problems. Kasturi Mahadevan says throwing garbages, I think so, on water. Industries, yes, Amildinian. Giona says deforestation. Exactly correct. Deforestation is one of the reasons. Danumalia says burning crackers. Yes, bursting crackers. Factories. Throwing garbages in water. Possibly that is not going to cause any air pollution, I think so. It is related to water pollution. Pugalindi, oh, okay, it's Danumalia. Danumalia says it's burning crackers and burning leaves. Yes, very good, my dear children. Smoke from vehicles, factories, and industries, burning leaves, fossil fuel, says Fazil. Very good, Fazil Ahmed. Industry smoke, so that's also a reason. Industrial toxic air. Very good, my dear children. Like Nino, like that little Nino, y'all are having a wide range of knowledge within y'all. I congratulate y'all for that particular reason. Okay, my dear children. How are we going to check all these sort of things? Air pollution is a threatening menace, right? It is a threatening problem for us. Small children, from small children to the 60-year-old or 70-year-old old age people, it is going to be a big problem for them. No, inhaling. So the breathing problem is going to be one of the vital of all the problems. So these sort of pollutions can be checked, yes or no? Can they be checked or they can't? Definitely they can be checked, right? Yeah, my dear children. Okay. Now, what is this poem talks about? We have spoken about air pollution. We have discussed plenty of valid points which you all have said. Now, what is this poem really associated with? So, this is what we are supposed to look into. Shall we move on into the poem, dear children? Okay, let's go ahead. Wand, a very beautiful poem. It is written by Sylvia Stults. See, the name of the poet is given far beyond the poem. Sylvia Stults. It's a very beautiful poem. So we are going to read and enrich ourselves with the poem. Okay, see here. The theme of the poem is given on top. See here, in this poem, the poet talks about how humans are slowly destroying the nature and its resources and why we must wake up before it's too late. So we are going to see the reason, no? Of course, we all know it's humans who are the basic who are the basic cause for this air pollution, and we are also going to see how it can be checked. And we must be very advanced in checking the human air pollution, right? During COVID-19's first lockdown, so for the 3 months it went on, no, prevailed for 3 months. We didn't move outside. There were no vehicles flying this side and that side. There were no industries opened. There were nothing done, no. The entire ozone layer, the entire earth refreshed itself. Yes or no? You all would have seen in the news bulletin, you all would have seen it, right? The entire world was very pure at that particular time. So for 3 months, we could do that. Why can't we do it in our entire life? Possibly there are plenty of reasons. We can check it. It's not an unpreventable measure. We have a lot of measures to be done, but it is we, the humans, who have to take a step of it. Yes or no? So that's very important, my dear children. Okay, so I'm going to read the poem for you all right now, and then we will move on to the PPT, the PowerPoint presentation, and we'll look into it, what is going to be happening. The sands of time have rendered fear. Blue skies on high no longer clear. Stars were bright whence they came, now dimmed, obscured pollution's haze. Crystal clear, our waters gleamed, fish abundant, rivers streamed. Ocean flows sandy white, now littered brown, pollution's plight. Trees covered high above, trunks bearing professed love. Birds chirping from sights unseen, gone. Paper joined pollution's team. One can't blame pollution alone. As they say, you reap what you have sown. So let us plant a better seed, tear out old roots, cultivate weed. Protect what has been given for free, our waters, skies, wildlife, and trees. For once they are gone, don't you say, consider yourself warned of the fatal day. It's written by Sylvia Stults. Okay, it's a very beautiful poem. The memory part is what? The memory part is the first three stanzas, dear children. So you all have to memorize only the first three stanzas. Kindly make a note of it. I hope you all would have done it. Did you all do it, dear children? First three stanzas are the memoriter part. Okay, very good. I hope you all have understood it. Okay. Now let's move on stanza wise. Okay. Let's move on stanza wise. So before that, let me show you the PowerPoint presentation, which is available here. Let me share my screen for you all right now. Okay, I'll show you the PPT. Just after the class is over, I'll just show you. Okay. Let me just share the one which I have already shared to you all earlier. Now look at the poem, my dear children. It's a very beautiful one. So stanza number 1, what does it say? The sands of time have rendered fear. Blue skies on high no longer clear. Now, what do they say in this first two lines? The sands of time have rendered fear. So, in those days, the sand was very fertile, right? Sand refers here to soil. Wherever you sow seeds, the leaves and plants will sprout up. Yes or no? Wherever you sow seeds in those days, the plants will sprout out. The soil was so fertile. But nowadays, what happened to the sand? How it is? If you sow a plant or a seedling in the sand, literally it doesn't come out because the soil has lost its fertility. The groundwater level has gone rapidly down, right? So there is no that much of strength of growing a plant in today's soil. The reason is what? Y'all have stated a lot of reasons, right? The land, the sand, the soil has lost its fertility totally because of, see, look at the image which is given there. Because of the industrial waste, because of the vehicles, the water pollution, everything falls apart here, my dear children. So blue skies on high, no longer clear. Nowadays, we could see the sky, no? So sometimes the blues is visible during the summer season, but when it comes to the winter season, definitely the sky is not at all visible because the smoke which is emitted from the industries, which is emitted from the vehicles, will go and get stuck. It comes like a what? Smog. We say no, smoke plus fog is known as smog. So you can't see the blue of the sky at all because the smoke which is emitted by the industries and the vehicles will totally block the blue sky. Once it was very blue and it was very clearly visible, but now it is what? It is not at all visible. Okay, so this is one of the problems which has been caused by the smoke. Stars were bright whence they came. So nighttime we could see the beauty of stars. Now because of the intervention of these smoke, no, the toxic smoke which is emitted from the industries and the vehicles and other modes, no, what happened? The stars are also not clear now. So the shining bright stars have been turned into dim, obscured ones. What is the meaning of obscure? Obscure means hidden. Now we can't see the star at all because of the pollution's haze. Haze is what? A long mass of cloud which is caused because of this smoke. Because of smoke, you can't see the blue sky, you can't see the stars at all totally. Are you able to understand, my dear children? Stanza number 1. Is there any doubt there? Is there any doubts, dear children? Is it clear? Okay, Caleb says it's clear. Very good. Others? Okay, clear. Kasturi Mahadevan says, very good. Any other doubts with stanza number 1? So as I said, let us sum it up. The sand, the soil has lost its fertility right now. The blue sky is no longer that clear. The shining stars have lost their light. They are totally dim and obscured. Obscured means what? They are totally hidden because all these things are because of air pollution. Okay, that's what stanza number 1 says to us. And coming to stanza number 2, crystal clear a water gleamed, fish abundant, rivers streamed, ocean flows sandy white, now littered, brown, pollution supplied. Now, dear children, in those days, the water was so pure. It was crystal clear. So we would have seen in old movies, no? They used to fetch women from the village as well as cities. They go and fetch water from the river using their pot. Okay, they drank it without any purification. Nowadays, could we directly go and drink the water from the river? Every house has RO water, right? RO water is found in every houses. We have installed a pipe. Through that only we are drinking water. It's okay because now the state of water is something which is totally dreadful. Why? What is the reason? What happened to the crystal clear water? In those days, there were fishes abundant. There were plenty of fishes found in the river water. Rivers streamed into the ocean. When the river water joins the ocean, no, that particular place was very clean and crystal clear. It was white in color, but now it is totally littered. What is littered? It has been dirty. It has become brown in color, and it is a pollution plight, my dear children. See, the best example is our river Kaveri, right? If you go to the banks of river Kaveri, you can see one thing. There are plenty of bushes which have come out. No, lot of trees, lot of creepers, everything is there. You could see junks and junks of garbages which are thrown in the river. Yes or no? Isn't it? The industrial waste comes and mixes with the water, river water. So these are the prime reason for us not directly drinking the water. So industrialization at one portion, it is good for the nation. But in the other hand, industrial waste which are emitted through smoke and the waste which comes and mingles with the water will totally pollute the entire environment. Yes or no? Today's river water, we can't directly drink it because of these reasons. Because they are totally littered, they are totally made dirty, and they are brown in color, and they are pollution plight, and they are prime reason for pollution. Yes, dead bodies also float on water. All these sort of things are happening today. Who is the prime reason for it? The water from river Kaveri, when it emerges, no, at that particular point, it is crystal clear. When it reaches Trichy or Tanjore, and when it reaches the shores of Nagapattinam, what is going to happen? Is the water that same clear? The reason for it is people. Yeah, we the people are the prime responsibility for this water pollution. Okay, so the crystal clear water have been changed into brown in color and green in color, primarily because of we the people, we the human beings. See, God has created everybody. No, animals are not polluting, birds are not polluting, no other creatures or insects are polluting the whole world. It is we, the people, who are totally polluting it. Are you able to understand stanza number 2, my dear children? Is it clear? Okay. Plight. Somebody asked for the meaning of plight. Pollution's plight. Plight means here in this extent, it is the rapid spread of pollution. Rapid spread. Okay. Quick spread of pollution is known as plight here. Increasing rapidly is known as plight. Okay, fine. Let's move on to the third stanza. Trees towered high above, trunks bearing professed love, birds chirping from sights unseen, gone, paper joint, pollution stain. Now, what happened to the trees, my dear children? So plenty of trees have been cut, no, not only for furniture. Trees are cut because of the papers which we use. Yes or no? The papers are made out of the bark of the tree. Do you all accept it or not? Deforestation. Yes, it's a prime response. So 20 or 30 years ago, trees were towering high. They were very tall. Okay. Trunks bearing professed love. What do we do when we see a tree? We go and hug it. We play around it. So that's what we were doing when we were in a young age. So the previous, it means like we the teachers when we were small, or your parents when they were small, they would have been used to playing with a lot of around the tree, in and around the tree. So today every house is there. So each house had plenty of trees in those days. But nowadays our cities have become a concrete jungle, right? Our cities have been totally become concrete jungle. We could see plenty of houses without trees. So looking at a tree itself, you have to come outside and look. That is the reason right now, my dear children. See, in those days, there were birds chirping from sights unseen. So there were plenty of branches. The tree was totally covered with green leaves. You can't see the birds, but the chirping of the birds were heard. Okay, when you wake up early from the morning, if you have a tree in your house, you could hear the chirping of the birds. But nowadays, what happened? All the trees are totally gone. Papers join pollution steam. Now, papers, what happens to the papers? plenty of waste papers. We just throw papers, no? Inside the classroom, outside the classroom, outside on the road, we could see plenty of papers. So papers have also become, they have joined the pollution stream. We have cut all the trees for the usage of paper, and those papers, after we use it, we just throw it, and they also add the pollution, dear children. So this is the third stanza. This is how all the trees were totally destroyed by we, the human beings. So see, in all the three stanzas, who are responsible for the pollution? It is we, the human beings. Is that understood, my dear children? Okay, yes. So sum it up. So first three stanzas, let me give you the summary. See, the sands of the time. So today's soil is totally, it has lost its fertility, and blue skies are no longer clear because of the smoke which has been surrounding the ozone layer. We would have heard about ozone layers depletion, right? Stars, once they were very shining, they were twinkling. So we would have heard about the poem, no, in our childhood, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Stars. What happened to the twinkling stars? Today they have become dim. They are obscured. Obscured means what? They are totally hidden in the smoke which is emitted by industries and the vehicles. The water which was crystal clear earlier now have been totally changed. The water which had fishes in abundance, the rivers which streamed into the ocean crystal clear, now totally changed into littered. It is totally dirty. Okay, it has become brown, and it has become one of the victim of the pollution. And trees, once upon a time, they were towering high. They were dense. The leaves were totally dense. The birds were happily chirping there. But nowadays, not only for furniture, but also for the use of papers, they have started cutting the trees, and those papers have also joined the pollution team. I hope you all would have understood all the three stanzas. Is there any doubt, my dear children? Is there any doubts? Okay, fine. Very good. Very brilliant, my dear children. I appreciate you all. Okay, let's move on to the fourth stanza. One can't blame pollution alone. As they say, you reap what you have sown. So let us plant a better seed. Tear out old roots, cultivate weed. Okay. So first three stanzas, if I ask you what are the reason, we will say, why stars are not visible? Because of pollution, sir. Why the blue sky is not visible? Because of pollution. Why the sand has lost its fertility? It is because of pollution. Why the water has changed into a dirty one? It is because of pollution. Why the trees have been cut, and what happened to the papers? They have joined pollution. We can simply blame pollution, but pollution is not the only reason. It is we, the human beings. See what they say. As they say, you reap what you have sown. What we reap only know we will get. We were the one who have sown the pollution in this particular world. And what we are reaping, what we are getting from this particular pollution, the pollution is once again destructing us. It is the main cause for the destruction of people. Because of air pollution, there is a statement, there is a survey, at least 5% of human beings are dying because of pollution, particularly air pollution. It is we who have reaped it, and now what we are doing? We are just facing the music. We are the ones who are facing air pollution. Okay. So what is the only method of prevention? What we have to do? Let us plant a better seed. What seed are we going to plant? Is it a mango tree seed or a jackfruit tree seed? Here seed refers to what? What measure we are going to take to check it, to prevent air pollution. What are we going to do to prevent air pollution? Tear out the old roots, which means what? Stop industrial waste mingling with water. Stop industrial smoke mingling with the environment. Stop cutting trees and stop polluting the water. This is what we are going to do. So tear out the old root means what? We have to forget the old measures which we have done. We have to cultivate and weed. What we have to cultivate? We have to cultivate a world which is free from air pollution. And we have to weed it out. Weed means what? Unnecessary things which are there. If you go into the field, no, we could see farmers plucking the weeds. So there will be rice grown, not totally. Here and there you will be having weeds which are unnecessary. So the farmers will go and pull it out with the root and throw it. Like that, we have to weed. What we have to do? We have to check air pollution. We have to check the industrial waste. We have to check everything right now. That is the only way we can change the earth as a better place to live in. Are you able to understand, dear children? Stanza number 4. Is that understood, ma? Yes, we have to plant more trees. Exactly, that's what I wanted to say. Very good, my dear children. Any doubts here until stanza number 4? Okay, so there's no doubt, you'll say. Good. Is it clear, dear children? Please do respond, my dear children. Whenever a question is asked, please do respond. Only 2 or 3 are responding. Fazil, very good, ma. Yes, Kasturi Mahadevan, very good. Very good, my dear children. Okay. Coming to the last and final stanza, what they are telling, what Sylvia Stelt is going to say. Thank you, Sanjana. Protect what has been given for free. Okay. Do we pay for planting and growing trees? Do we pay to live in this particular earth? Everything is for free, right? God has created us to enjoy the universe, right? To enjoy the earth. You're free to go to any part of the world. Everything is for free, right? What we have to do, the main thing which we have to do is we have to protect what has been given for free. God has given everything for free. Our water, skies, wildlife, and trees. God has given water for free of cost. In the river, the water is flowing. If you go and fill water from the river, is there anybody going to come and ask you, hey, why are you filling the water from the river? It's my water. I can't give it to you. Can anybody say like that? Or skies, why are you looking at the sky? That's my sky. Anybody can say that? Wildlife or trees, everything is a part of the world, my dear children. It is given for free by God to us. These are the gifts of God. Nature is the best gift which is provided to us by God. For once they are gone, don't you know? Don't you say, consider yourself warned of the fatal day. If we leave it of today, what is going to happen? When the entire nature is totally gone. So if you cut the trees, there is not wildlife, no, there is no home for the wildlife. They're going to come into the city. When they come into the city, what we are going to do? We are going to kill them. So tigers and elephants, we would have seen, no, plenty are coming into the village. They are just destroying the entire field and everything. We hear about it. Who is the reason for it? It is we, right? We have cut all the trees. We have cut their homes. That's why they are coming in. People complain, snakes are coming inside my house. It's not the snake's mistake. We have occupied their place. We have gone, we have went and we have built the house in the forest. That's why snakes are coming in. Okay. See, my dear children, if at all we don't check the air pollution or any other pollution at this particular time, we have to consider ourselves as warned. The end day, the death day is totally very, very, very near to us, my dear children. We are destroying our earth. That's why the poet is warning us of the fatal day. Which is the fatal day? Fatal means deadly day. Which is the deadly day? The day on which the whole earth is going to be destroyed. You all would have heard, I think so, in Canada, this year, the temperature which has been recorded is 47 degrees Celsius. Imagine in summer for us, we have 38 degrees Celsius. For that itself, it is burning hot, right? We are sweating enough. In Canada, it is 47 degrees Celsius. Literally everything melts. It's something which is happening right now. So people in Canada, they are just running into, so the government has created some ice houses, fully air conditioned. They go and just sit in inside that particular place. So all the reason is we the people, my dear children, we have to check the pollution and then only everything is going to be okay. Is that understood? Any doubts with the poem, my dear children? Is it clear? Will you all check the pollution? It's y'all, the student, who can do it now. It's none other than y'all. Okay. Thank you very much.